Made by Camden Pierce. He ushers that one wide to the left side, and then played off the boards again by the Moore Dudes, who will head the other direction following a whistle. The 2-minute bench minor for an illegal sub goes against the Outlaws. The Moore Dudes now go man up for the next 120 seconds. That time taking off the clock. It's a quick shot whipped on goal but ushered wide. Now played off, one hop off the floor, pass to Butler. Now at the outskirts of the crease, a sliding shot again, saved by Pierce. Once again, the Moore Dudes back in action, trying to knock down an Outlaw, and they do. The ball jarred loose. Play will resume as Butler has it around the blue line. Butler on a behind-the-back play, now in front of the crease. Again, another sliding save made. It rims in and out. Still loose in the crease, and now finally pounced on by Pierce. Ball from the length of the floor almost, around length of the half of the floor, I should say, as Butler gets first pass, hovering around that main circle still. Butler on a pump, now directing traffic. Butler winding up, firing a shot, sliding save again made, and they kicked out of the crease again by Pierce. Now the Outlaws go up the floor with time to work with. Kanari Raz now through the blue line. Raz now between the circles, on the outskirts of that left circle. Now behind the back pass, shooting with Brian Sullivan. Sullivan on a kick to the middle, sent wide of his target, plays off 2 hops and goes off the bench in front of the Moore Dude side. Now streaking all the way in is another Moore Dude, another sliding kick save made by Pierce. 30 seconds remain on the Moore Dude, man up. The Outlaws trying to get back on it, and they do with Krzyzewski. Centering feet in the middle, goes off the stick of an Outlaw and knocked down off the floor. It was Rosnell the target, so he's seen prize it away. 15 seconds to play on the man down now for the Outlaws. They have possession. George Downey hovering around the blue line. Downey on a spin, wind-up shot, save, may have hit the post as well. It's caught between the gear and the post. But the Moore Dude goaltender will make the save there. Moore Dude possession now hovering around the main line. Rob McClure fires it in, another shot that's saved again. And the Outlaw defense trying to pick up the pace now as the offense looking to help them do just that. Streaking all the way into the one-time shot and sailed high and wide of the net. Took a hop before going high. And it came from the stick of a sprinting number 17 of the Outlaws, who I don't have on my roster at the moment. A strong play there by the Outlaw offense, only their second shot on goal, the early going. We'll continue to pick up the pace with 10:40 to play in this opening period. Moore Dudes stay with it. Around the far circle, quick shot denied. It may have been blocked in front as well. And catching a piece of it and taking it across the midline yet again is Downey. Downey on 2 hops, a wayward pass behind him to Dylan Poole. Poole couldn't track it down. Now taken away by what appears to be Butler on the far side. Quick shot, and did it go in? It did! And the Moore Dudes strike first that 2026 campaign. Butler on the pass. And it is Dalton Hoffman hitting the opening goal of the 2026 PBLA season. It's 1-0 Moore Dudes. So Butler drives home the opening score. Ensuing face-off yet to come from the main line, now underway. As prying the ball loose and taking it away for the Outlaws is Kanari Rosnow. Rosnow from the far left circle going left to right. Now the return feed goes behind him, played by Sullivan. Brian Sullivan into the corner. Now pass back to the top, wayward pass for Brian Beatson. He couldn't track it down, trying to find it around the midline, he can't, and streaking in, firing a shot, and scoring is Evan Scott of the Moore Dudes. And it's 2-0 Moore Dudes, just like that. Evan Scott unassisted will have the second goal of this opening game on Monday night. 2-0 lead for the defending PBLA runner-up in the Moore Dudes. Again off the draw to face-off win for the Moore Dudes. Behind the back play off 2 hops is brought in by the stick of Hoffman. Hoffman still around that far board. Now quick pass and a shot sent wide of Pierce. It'll wind up all the way back down in the Mordude net, where it's played forward. And now Miller going across the blue line. Miller to Butler, shot clock to 5. Butler a wayward pass end to end. Trying to play off the boards now in front for yet a second time was Schiltzky. He was unable to get a clean shot off. And so it's a violation on the Mordudes. And the Outlaws take over and cut the lead in half. Racine look to the corner. Spinning move there by Downey. Downey cutting in, looking for room to work with. Hasn't passed the ball just yet. Now he gives it up. Charging forward and diving into the crease with a shot that was saved again. And we'll have it sent the other direction as the shot came yet again from the stick of Dylan Portnoy. Portnoy certainly not want to shy away from a tough shot. Doing so right there. Mordude ball around the main line. McClure on a give. Shot again. A sliding save made by Pierce. And now the Outlaws take over coming across the midline once more. Beatson and Sullivan off the bench. Sullivan gets the pass in between the blue line and the main line. Bailey winds and fires, and a shot again saved. Rebound on the outskirts of the crease, pulled in by the Mordudes. Now the Dudes coming the other direction. To that circle, played by Butler. Butler cutting in, now going nearly between the circles, going to the left side this time instead. Shot clock to 15. Butler taking his time. 7 to go in the opening period. Butler winds and fires. A sliding save again made. And now played into the corner by a Mordude and fried loose now. Cutting through, looking for space to work with is Heffron. Heffron, quick shot denied. Second chance in front. Another save made by Pierce. Going to the ground now behind the net was that latest shooter in John Freeney. And said it'll be Outlaw possession heading the other direction. Downey has it between the blue line and the main circle. Now wayward pass for his intended target, that being Rosnow. Rosnow tracks it down, and it goes to the midline once more. The Outlaws do the motions. 5 seconds to play on the shot clock. Quick shot, they score! Rosnow finds Portnoy, and he finds the back of the net for goal number 1 of the Outlaws season. It's 2-1. Another face-off win for the Mordudes, just streaking in with the face-off win is number 50 on the roster, and Christian Davis. Davis on the give. He finds Sam Mutz. Mutz back and forth with Davis. Now Mutz on the feed. Greg Wheaton. Wheaton on a pump, wind-up shot. He scores! On a hop, Wheaton finds the back of the net, and the Mordudes have a fast answer less than 60 seconds later, and it's 3-1. Another quick response for this Mordude offense. He has now found the back of the net 3 times in the first 10 minutes. 4:45 and taking to play in this first period. 3-1 lead for the defending runners-up. And again, the face-off win is taken by Evan Scott. Scott, another shot. They score! Back-to-back for the Dudes. And it's 4-1. Right off the tie-up, Scott with a quick shot on target. And it's yet another mark added to this Mordude score, as they have now had back-to-back streaks with goals within a minute span. Quick pass to the outskirts of the crease. A sliding shot denied in the crease. A crease violation. In fact, it is the call. As streaking in with some speed was the 88 of Sullivan. The more dudes will pull it in around the blue line. Dalton Hoffman with room to work with. Hoffman behind the back. Chance. Sliding save in front. And again made by Pierce. Pierce on the give to Adam Colt. Colt now further up the floor to Portnoy. And Portnoy hovering around the blue line, fires to Sullivan. Sullivan in the main circle, looking for room to work with. Sullivan boxed out, behind the back play is bobbled and lost by Portnoy between the circles. Possession will stay with the Outlaws here on a whistle going against the Mordues. No penalty though, as you stay full strength with 3 to go in the opening period. Downey plays it. Downey on the give, and a quick shot whipped off the mark by Beatson. The rebound played for the Mordues by Matt Kuhn, who gets the start in net for them. I get to mention that, so apologies to Kuhn. But Matt Kuhn in goal for the Mordues, plays for this first period. And now going crashing to the boards was an Outlaw there on the far side. He'll sub off, and the Outlaw offense will get back to work. 2.5 to play in the opening period, 4-1 lead for the Mordues. Quick shot from between the circles is pushed wide by Downey. And then played again across the mark. Bobbled and lost by another Mordu between the circles. Still up in the air, and now taken away. With speed, and now a shot, and a sliding save again made by Pierce. The shot came from the stick of Jonathan Miller. The Mordues stay with it. Miller looking for a return feed that never came. Now he gets it along the far boards. Miller out across toward us and Butler. Butler behind the back, wind up shot, and he missed the top corner. Opportunity was there for Adam Yee, but unable to place it perfectly. Behind the back, look sent wide again. It's played off a hop off the Outlaw bench by Butler. Quick shot off the pad of an Outlaw in front, that being Brady Hawk. Another chance again, rattling in and out, but this time we'll reset the shot clock. It's been on the mark. Minute 38 to play in this opening period now for the Mordude offense. Total stutter step. Quick shot again. That one found iron. It'll go all the way back toward Kuhn, and another strong stand for the Outlaw defense. Is able to get a chance to reset here. Some fresh legs on. Among them, Dylan Poole. Quick shot again, sliding save made. And now the Outlaws trying to pry it away, but a timeout is called by this near side Outlaw bench. 1:16 to play in the opening period. We'll take a timeout with the Outlaws. It's a 4-1 lead for the reigning runners-up in the Mordues. Back underway here at Rizzo Rink. 1:15 to play in the opening period. 4-1 lead for the Mordues in this opening game of the 2026 PBLA campaign. Quick shot off the mark by an Outlaw. It was saved, though, by Kuhn. Around the outskirts of the crease. And now the Mordues trying to help their goaltender out and pry the ball loose, which they do here as we go under a minute to play in this opening period. With space is Miller to the midline. Miller into the corner. Butler on this near face-off circle. Butler on the give, out across, a spin, a shot, saved, and the rebound will come out toward Miller, who took the shot. But it's no avail as the Outlaws take over on a shot clock violation. Both shot clock and game clock right around the same mark. Cutting in on it and making the sliding save was Matt Kuhn. Another brilliant look that's denied along the baseline. And now with 15 seconds to play and ticking, the Outlaws will be forced to reset from back around the midline as the ricochet off Kuhn's pad came across that main circle. Quick shot again, another save made by Kuhn. Second chance on the mark, and again knocked away. May have caught a piece of a pad of Kuhn. Played off the glass one more time with the horn, does not go, as Ross now ran out of time, and we are through one period of play here at Rizzo. 15 minutes is a 4-1 lead for the Mordues. 30 more to come in game one of this two-game Monday night doubleheader. It's again a 4-1 lead for the Mordudes. Through 15 minutes of play here at Rizzo Ring, 30 more to come in game one of the doubleheader. Running clock to begin the second period as it's underway with the face-off win again by the Mordudes. They dominated the main circle so far. Quick correction for the goaltender in net for the Outlaws. It is Bennett Mileto. Referring to Camden Pierce back in that first period, so corrections and apologies on my behalf. Quick shot again, it did not come as it was a wayward pass into the far corner. Knocked down was the Mordude in front, but again, no clean shot comes off, and the Outlaws are on the ball to the midline. We're going to goaltender matchup, Bennett Mileto versus Matt Kuhn. As Kuhn in net for the Mordudes on the other end. We're now look to face his first challenge of the second period, being knocked down there was an outlaw on the far boards. No penalty, but possession will stay here with the Outlaws on a quick reset. Quick shot, and they caught the pad of Kuhn and was sent wide. Another shot on the mark by George Downey. Downey, one of the lone shot makers today for the Outlaws. Hasn't found the back of the net just yet. Has had plenty on the mark. Another shot, they score! From the far end of the floor to Brian Beatson. It is a 4-2 lead for the Mordudes. The first goal of the second frame goes in favor of the Outlaws. The lead now cut to 2. 2 minutes into the second period. Face-off win for the Outlaws. Going to take advantage of that rarity so far. It's been a rough day in the main circle for this Outlaw team. Downey driving into the net, had an over-the-top style shot that was denied by Kuhn. He'll go into the corner as the Mordudes fighting for it around the shot clock area. Now they pry it loose in the main corner. And come across that circle at center floor. Mordude possession with Sam Mutz. Mutz trickling in toward the net. Wayward pass looking for Greg Wheaton, who scoops it up, plays off a teammate. And now it's forced back into the hands of an Outlaw. Quick shot pushed wide of Kuhn. 2-on-1 opportunity. And now recovery again for the Outlaws as Caden Hall trying to hawk it down. He could not right there. And the Mordudes are prying loose the delayed call going against the Outlaws. Hustling off as Matt Kuhn with one of the widest strides I think I've ever seen on the floor here. But he's off the floor in time. Waiting for the delayed whistle to be blown here as the Outlaws trying to find clean possession. They do just that. And so we'll be officiating through as we'll get official word on what the second Outlaw penalty of the game will be. It'll be Estrada getting a 2-minute call for a cross-check, and right after the whistle, it's Murph Butler from between the circles with the 5th More Dude goal of the game. This time the first man-up goal of the game, and it's 5-2. So Butler gets the man-up strike. It's now a 3-goal lead for the More Dudes yet again as they get another face-off win to go along with the new lead. Quick shot from between the circles is fired high and wide, recovered and put home. As right at the doorstep was Dalton Hoffman at the outskirts of the crease. And yet again, back-to-back quick goals for the More Dudes. For the 3rd time today, they've scored 2 within the span of a minute, and it's 6-2 More Dudes. Face-off win going in favor of the More Dudes. Behind the back fake-away pass that was whipped on goal and then saved by Mileto. Stripping in on out of the Outlaws, a quick shot on target, saved again by Kuhn. A second chance by Sullivan, also denied by the sliding arm of Matt Kuhn. The More Dudes now played along the far boards as their goaltender with 2 strong saves here on the midway portion of the second period with 10 to go in the frame. Adam D pulling it in for the More Dudes. Another chance to in front. Sliding opportunity to go in. It did. Guy, a brilliant setup in front. And the goal is credited to Eric Ozier. And it's the 7th time the More Dudes have found the back of the net already. And it's now a 5-goal lead. This high up face-off win by Rosnow and the Outlaws. Rosnow now forced to retreat back, hovering around the midline. A one-hop pass that goes wide of his target, and then off the back wall out of play is the intended recipient of the pass. Was unable to bring it on the far side. Couldn't quite tell who it was from the vantage point. Heading back the other direction, the More Dudes are denied on the offensive stand. So now it's the Outlaw offense getting another chance at it. Looking to capitalize here with 8:40 to play in the second. Passes it all around as the cutting it toward the net was Rosnow, and really get a clean shot off. Now played on the top of the glass by a More Dude who couldn't. Instead, is France surrendering it to an Outlaw. Hawk brings it in on the far boards, and Hawk now to the midline looking for room and help. Finds neither, and now does find Wheaton on the far side. May have been tipped there by Butler on the shot, and it's pulled in by the pad of Kuhn. Rosnow on the give. Quick shot on target, again saved by Kuhn. And the opportunity now to the middle, a quick shot, they score. Sullivan finds Rosnow slicing in toward Kuhn. And is it called off? It is called off. A crease violation will go against Rosnow. And the score will stay 7-2. Quickly in transition are the More Dudes as Butler with a wayward pass. Looking to get the loose change off the boards as well. But could not bring those into the other. So now the More Dudes will slow the pace just a little bit. Eric Ozier around the blue line, slicing in, firing a shot, they score. Ozier gave it up to Jonathan Miller prior to the shot, so Ozier gets the assist. Miller will get his first goal of the afternoon, and it's 8-2 in favor of the More Dudes. Timeout called by the Outlaws. It's their second of the game, first of the period, as they have conceded 4 straight to begin this second frame. 8-2, the lead in favor of the More Dudes. We'll have a timeout again with the Outlaws. We have a goalie change to announce here. We're on the midway portion of the second period. 7:08 to be exact, remaining in the second frame of 15 minutes. The new goaltender in net is Bryce Cash. In the off-color navy blue uniform again. These jerseys a little bit off the mark from what we're used to due to a shipping delay, not in the fault of the Outlaws. But we've made do so far. Cash will get his first time in net to begin this 2026 season. Clean play rule between the main circles is calling for a penalty was Ben Minardi of the Mordues that never came. And now the Outlaws take over after Minardi's shot wound up out of play. Some additional contact there as well. But no matter as Rosnow will pull it in and come across the midline for the Outlaws. Rosnow spinning loose into the far circle. And now played from that far corner. On the back of the net. And finding Rosnow yet again, it was Dylan Portnoy. Another violation called on the Outlaws there from behind the net. And the Mordues shrinking in with a quick shot, they score! Right off the whistle is Jonathan Miller with plenty of speed to the midline. He does it himself, and he has back-to-back goals for this Mordue team. The first shot does get by Bryce Cash, and it's a 9-2 lead. .540 and taking out of play in the second period. Face-off win for the Outlaws. Now the Outlaw offense will make something happen with it. A wayward pass will go in favor of the Mordues, who bobbled it and lost it. And now Matt Krasuski hawks it down along these far boards. Krasuski cutting in through that main line. From behind the net, it's Sullivan looking to create some space, firing a shot that's saved by Matt Kuhn. And the Mordue offense will head the other direction. Five to go in the second period. 9-2 the lead stands. Pass across for Greg Wheaton. Wheaton from between the circles. Picks it out. Shot on target. But save is made by Bryce Cash, the first of his evening's work. He might face another one here as a violation called on the Outlaws. Another shot off the chest pad of Cash. Now the Outlaw offense head back the other direction, and now wayward pass will give it right back to the Mordues. They cut back the other way. Minardi cutting in. Minardi on the give. Hoffman between the circles, and he's pressured out. Hoffman to the middle. Quick shot. Another sliding save made by Cash. Second chance on the mark, and this time it goes in. Cash found the first shot, but couldn't find the second from Greg Wheaton. It's a 10-2 lead for the Mordues. Tie-up, the ball still loose, and now finally picked up by Eric Ozier. Ozier fires a shot that goes over the head of Cash. Behind the back pass will go back into the stick of Ozier, who now finds Murph Butler at the top of the circle. Sliding save made by Cash, caught in his pads for a brief moment. And the Mordues will clear the area. Outlaw ball heading the other way, in need of an offensive spark here late in the second period. Still time, but needing to get going here before the third period comes around. Sullivan between the circles, a shot pushed high and wide, and the rebound to go all the way back down toward Cash in net. Sullivan looking to cut it off. They'll let Cash handle it. They'll play it off a hop along the far boards. The shot clock is reset now as Cash is back on it. Yeah, let's get back to work. Downey on the top of this near circle. Downey makes the man miss. Pump fake, and now wayward into the far near corner, pardon me. Sullivan trying to bring it in. He could not the first time. Now he does. And that pass out of the stick on the shot attempt, which does not wind up on goal. And the possession is given right back to the Mordues. Pass fired high of Ozier. And go all the way back down toward Matt Kuhn in net. Played off the corner. The Outlaws will bring it in off 2 hops against this near board. Dylan Poole cutting in. Poole, a sliding step, and again denied by Matt Kuhn. The ball lost behind the padding of Kuhn. And now pried away from its hiding spot around the outskirts of the net. Outlaw ball heading the other direction with Dylan Portnoy. Portnoy, quick shot, eaten up by Matt Kuhn, loose in front, and taken away by the Moore dudes. Charging up in front of these near boards and coming across the midline with speed is Evan Scott. Scott pressured around the scorer's box. Now Scott back up around this main area. Quick shot, pushed high and wide. Rebound unable to be scooped up by Hoffman. It'll go all the way back down toward Matt Kuhn. Likely shot clock violation. The Outlaws aren't on it first, which they are, as Krzyzewski will send one across to Roz now. No penalty going against the Outlaws, but just a stoppage instead, no penalty. There will be more due possession the other direction. Another quick shot on one hop is saved by Cash. This one came from the stick of Minardi. Just like that, the Moordudes are on it yet again as the Outlaws had a chance in front, but couldn't capitalize. Another shot pushed high and wide, and Butler trying to track down the rebound following the shot from Jonathan Miller. Coonan says on it. Shot clock to 17, game clock under a minute. Quick shot fired high and wide again off the glass. Maybe took a hop as well before it got there. Much trying to track it down. He did for a moment. Ball jarred loose. Quick shot again. A sliding save made by Matt Kuhn. Krzyzewski couldn't get on it. Looking to get on it for a second time there. But again, coming up empty. 36 and 35 ticking off the game clock here. A 10-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Butler and the Moordudes can kill all but those 10 seconds if they so choose. Hoffman on the give. Wayward. Butler pries it in. Butler again at the far corner, and the shot attempt booked on and off the mark as it was blocked by an Outlaw. Another opportunity sent wide as Hoffman caught a piece of the pad of Cash. The Outlaws are nearly on it, and now they are cleanly. With 11 and 10 on it, the game clock ticking off. Last chance for the Outlaws. Shot again. It is in for a goal. Jeff Gonzalez cutting in for the Outlaws. He finally enters the bell, and he's in there for the third Outlaw goal of this first 30 minutes of play. 10-3 the score through 30 minutes here at Rizzo in Game 1 of this Monday night doubleheader. We have 15 more to come in this first game of said doubleheader with a 10-3 lead going in favor of the Moordudes. Good, how about you? Running clocks begin this third period, 10-3 lead in favor of the Moordudes. Jeff Gonzalez finally breaking through for the Outlaw offense. Their lone goal of the last period, second goal of the last period, coming with just 6 seconds to play in the frame. 13 minutes and 20 seconds after their previous goal. 10-3 the lead currently stands though. The Outlaws not fully dead yet, but needing to get going in the early portion of the third period. Looking to ride the momentum of the Gonzalez goal. Off a tie-up to violation against the Moordudes, Caden Hall brings it in. And with 14:20 on the game clock, the Outlaws are back to work. Roz now around the blue line. Roz now on the give, and now going around the horn. Sullivan getting pressure there in there as well. Stripping in toward the net is Downey, who's denied. And then Mordudes head the other direction. Slowing the pace at them, Gee. Gee around the back of the net. Gee to the middle. Wade Mutz brings it in. Mutz across. Gee pulls it for a second time on the possession. Shot clock halfway expired. Gee behind the back pass play that goes nowhere. But instead, goes to stick him an Outlaw. Shot whipped on the mark. And maybe caught the back of the leg of Matt Kuhn as it goes behind the net. And then it's played by Kuhn off the back netting. The Mordude offense takes it away regardless. 13:30 to play in the third. Wheaton, again the recipient. He goes wide to the right side this time. Wheaton on the give. Hoffman a shot, they score. Wheaton assists Hoffman, and it's 11-3 Mordudes. Hoffman becomes the first player in this afternoon's game to get a hat trick. He now has his third goal of the game come in the early stages of this third period. He has one in each frame so far today. 12:45 to go in the third. Again, 11-3 the lead for the Mordudes. Again, a violation on the face-off as well. Portnoy pulled in to get the fresh change of play for the Outlaws. Portnoy finds Racine. Racine to the middle. Braz now cutting in. Sliding kick save made by Kuhn. Shuffled into the corner. Murph Butler trying to chase it down. Butler thrown down now. A hand goes up for a delayed call as Butler will be helped to his feet. A little extra rough contact, and what was probably intended there from the Outlaws. It's Mordude ball coming the other way. Minority from around the blue line, drops back for Hoffman. Hoffman on the return feed. Minority a quick shot, eaten up. Just before the shot clock expired. The shot was eaten up by Bryce Cash. The penalty will be issued regardless. Third penalty of the day on the Outlaws. None just yet on the Mordudes, and each of the Outlaw penalties coming in the early minutes of their respective periods. This time it's Downey, 2 minutes for a hold. Brief delay in the resumption of play here, making sure the scoreboard is fully up to date, which it is now. Mutz bringing it in. Mutz back and forth in the shot. They score! Another quick sequence, and we're back to full strength following yet another Hoffman goal. It's his fourth of the afternoon, and the Mordudes 12th, and it's 12-3. Second man up goal of the day for the Mordudes. They're 2 for 3 on the power play so far. And again, another quick answer following an Outlaw penalty. Hard contact against the far boards, stemming from a collision there between an Outlaw and Mordude. Outlaw ball going the other way. The first penalty of the day on the Mordudes will go against Christian Davis, 2 minutes for a high stick. And now the Outlaws looking to capitalize on a man up. Down by 9, 10.5 to play. They're needing close to a miracle to happen here in the late stages of this game one. Quick pass to the near circle, shot fired high. Likely caught a piece of the pad of Kuhn as well based on the trajectory of the bounce. Regardless, the ball staying out of the net is the important thing here for the Mordudes. 90 seconds remain on their man down. The pass toward the top, Bittenbender. Another shot fired up the post and ushered out wide. Correction, not Bittenbender, that's Portnoy. Bittenbender inactive for today's game. Shot again, played off the post, and scooped up by Beatson nearly. He's still fighting with it more to go on the far corner. Beatson still trying to track it down. Roz out in the mix as well. The shot clock was reset, so it's out 23 now. Sliding down and trying to make a play on it was another Moore dude. Ball still jarred loose. As getting in there is Downey. Fresh off the bench following a penalty a few moments ago. Downey on a pump. Give it to Roz now. Instead, he finds Sullivan, and Sullivan finds the back netting and sends it out of play. Ruling is a called a piece of a Moore dude, likely tuned at the end of the shot, but it could have been blocked in front as well. First shot clock for the Outlaws is the important thing. No, another quick shot on target, saved by Kuhn, as Beatson got stick in front of it. Beatson got his on it, I should say. Another shot pulled wide by Downey, and now it's Wayward trickling in the crease and nearly getting in behind Bryce Cash, but Cash is able to bail himself out. Now pry the ball loose and bring it across the midline. 8:43 to play in the third period. Downey a quick shot off the face mask of Matt Kuhn. He'll go into the corner. And is now played again by the Mordies. Penalty successfully killed, so the penalty kill 1-for-1 to begin this PBLA season. Hoffman, who has 4 goals today, looking for a 5th here. He brings in a little bit of a high pass on the midline. Hoffman cutting in, firing a shot that was denied, and then played up the far boards by an Outlaw, who was then ushered back the other direction for another possible penalty. And that penalty be our bench minor again on the Outlaws. It's the time today that they've been caught for legal sub. And they'll go a man down for, at most, the next quarter of the remaining 8 minutes in regulation time. 12-3 the score remains. The Outlaws running low on opportunities now. As Hoffman will begin play on the man up. Hoffman a quick shot, ushered out wide instead as Minardi took the shot, but could not find anything. Kuhn back to Hoffman to the midline. Hoffman on the give, cutting in, and now being pressured away is McClure. McClure back to Hoffman, who fires a shot that's eaten up. Following a rough start, Bryce Cash has looked solid in net. Now played a full period worth of time, has conceded 4 goals. Certainly nothing to frown about in the first game of the season. Charging forward and having a shot go wide of him now was Bryce Cash. Now the Outlaw offense will take control. Underhand pass to George Downey. Downey hovering around the midline. He pulls in another good feed. Under 7 to play now in the third period. Pass to the middle looking for Sullivan as Downey will have his look likely result in a penalty. It appears it will, and officiating crew will address the reason. The penalty is on Jonathan Miller for holding a stick, a 2-minute minor. Second penalty today on the Mordies, and both coming in this third period. Another opportunity for the Outlaws to capitalize on the man up. Beatson, the wrist near blue line. Beatson, back to Rosnow. Rosnow on the give. Portnoy trying to pull it in. He did, but couldn't get a clean pass to the middle. And clearing the area will be the Mordies. Adam Gee pulls it in. He is shot on the mark, but saved by Cash. Rebound goes back to Yee in the far corner. Yee trying to track it down. He could not. Instead, it's back to the stick of an Outlaw. And the Outlaws will go to the midline with Rosnow, who will now have his charge forward waved off through the third timeout today for the Outlaws. They've taken one in every period. So far, they trail by 9 at 12-3. With 5:46 to play in the third period. Final timeout of regulation time for the Outlaws as they trail by 9. Back underway with 1:05 remaining on the Outlaw man up. Their second man up of the day. 0 for 1 so far. Looking to capitalize here halfway through. Downey gets a pass that's sent wide of him. Caught a piece of a stick on the way there, though. And Cash will pull it in with 10 seconds to play, at least in the shot clock. Cash to Beatson. Beatson up the floor. Downey hurries the pace, firing a shot. Caught the pad of Kuhn. Maybe they say no. Beatson winds and fires. This one scores! At the buzzer, it's a good goal as Beatson brings the deficit back to 8. And with 5:12 to play, a great goal there by Brian Beatson will bring the Outlaws a little bit closer in the dying minutes of this first game. Beatson's second goal of the game. He's a lone outlaw to have multiple goals today. 4:46 and ticking left in this third period. Back to even strength here, Rizzo. Opening draw will go to the Nordies. Quick shot, on one hop is in for another goal. And yet again, it is Hoffman for the 5th time tonight. And it's back to a 9-goal deficit. The Outlaws 13-4 as Hoffman has scored 3 in a row. Taken down there inadvertently was a Nordies Christian Davis around the midline, following the face-off. The possession will go to the Outlaws. 4 to go in the third period. Quick shot by Downey is saved by Matt Kuhn. He has looked exceptional in net so far today. Only 1 goal conceded in the first and third periods. This third period so far. And just 2 in that second frame, with 13 minutes and 20 seconds separating those 2 goals. The Moody offense are going to go up by 10 for the first time today. Quick shot saved at the pad of Cash. Sam Mutz took the shot. Rebound is loose underneath the shot clock and now pried away in the open space by Eric Ozier. Another shot fired high and wide off the glass. Rebound to McClure. McClure cutting back. Another sliding shot save made by Cash. And Gonzalez will pull it in for the Outlaws. They head the other direction. Gonzalez on the give. Downey charging forward through a man, firing a shot that went off. Maybe not, they say score. So Downey, look at what hit the iron, and net did move. And our official behind the net, in John Kuhn, will say yes, good goal. It's 13-5. So it looks like an odd hop there on the Downey goal as it hit the very back post. But it is a good goal. They said the net did move. It took a very odd hop following. Another shot again on target. Again saved by Matt Kuhn. See a streak of back-to-back shots on the mark going by him. Still more than enough of a buffer zone though, as the Nordies will in all likelihood close this one out. 13-5 the score. As now Hoffman pulls in the ground ball. Hoffman gives to Butler. Butler in front, sliding save, and again made by Cash. Now Hawk will pry it loose. Hawk on the far board, streaking in. Between the circles, a quick shot, sliding again is Matt Kuhn to make the save, down to an 8. This ball pulled in by Brian Beatson. And the Molded offense will drain out as much of the remainder of the clock as they can. Just window dressing this 13-5 win as it currently stands. Around the back of the net, now cutting in with a shot on target was the 13 of McClure. Now the ball jarred loose by Rosnow, played off the far boards. Chasing it down yet again is McClure looking for some help, and he finds it in the form of Evan Scott. And Scott now is in the main circle with plenty of time and room to work with. 20 on the shot clock, a minute left now in this third period. 13-5 the lead for the Moore Dudes as they will cruise to victory here on opening night. Quick shot as another goal is put home by Hoffman, who now adds to his total this afternoon with his 4th goal in a row and 6th of the night. So Hoffman has 4 in a row for the Moore Dudes. Time will tick under 30 seconds as we get the face-off underway. Off the draw, it'll be Moore Dude possession. Ball bobbled, hung on to now. A change of personnel now for the Moore Dudes will be likely the final major shift of things. As 5 seconds come off the clock in Game 1 of this Monday night doubleheader, as opening night begins with a 14-5 win for the reigning runners-up of the PBLA in the Moore Dudes. They win over the Outlaws 14-5 in Game 1 of the opening Monday of the PBLA season. Be sure to stay tuned for Pups LC versus the Thunder in Game 2 of this Monday night doubleheader. Again, I'm Caden Stewart signing off for Game 1, but we'll be right back for Game 2 between the Pups and the Thunder. Hello everyone, welcome to Rizzo Rink for this game number 2 of the opening day doubleheader here in Philadelphia. I'm Caden Stroop, your solo voice for the second game of the opening Monday night doubleheader of the 2026 PBLA campaign. We just saw the Dudes take down the Outlaws 14-5 over 45 minutes of play in game 1. And now we have the defending champions, the PBLA, and the Thunder taking on Pups LC, taking on their first PBLA season as a unit, and taking the place of the Black Storm, who now the name change and some personnel changes as well, which we'll get into as the game goes on. We'll take on the Princeton black and orange reminiscent jerseys. Over Pups Lacrosse Club will be the opening face-off as a team, and there'll be a violation on them, and the Thunder will take it via default. Thunder also debuting some new jerseys here, the yellow with the red bottoms, and then black outline as well, which I am a fan of. Quick pass high and wide is Hervado on the first look. They want it back in second Quando instead. Sliding attempt and a save made by Chase Beal, the goaltender for Pups. Now a shot up and sent wide. Taking the stick of Joey Punji for the Thunder. And now the Pups with speed will come across the midline following a shot clock violation as Punji's second look was also blocked down. Nick Fox in his typical white helmet, but now the new coloring. Will fire that one to the side. Andrew Shalene will pull it in. Shalene between the circles. A quick shot. Sliding save made by the usual starter and Connor Atkinson, who was in stellar all last season. He continues that so far today with his opening save. Thunder offense now back on it, coming the other direction. His speed and help is Traeger Hogarth. Hogarth took a shot, lost his helmet there in front of the scorer's table. And the Pups are going the other direction with help. Ryan Rafferty to the midline. Rafferty on the outskirts of the far surveying the return feed. Rafferty firing, being eaten up by Atkinson. Maybe didn't quite make it to him either as there's a crowd of bodies in front. Ball ushered to the corner nonetheless though. Fox on a pump, looking for him to work with and firing a shot that went a little over the head of Atkinson, maybe top of the shoulder pad, but it stayed out. That's the important thing for the Thunder, whose offense now turns the ball over, slipping and falling and firing a shot was a pup, as doing the falling with the Thunder player along the near side. Now taking away our set Thunder, the sliding shot, and they score. And the first goal of the Thunder's defending championship season will be from Traeger Hogarth, who cuts in toward the crease, and it's 1-0 Thunder about 2.5 minutes in. Hogarth notches his first of the 2026 season. The ensuing face-off is taken away by the Pups. And now Strelene with space, kicks one out, recovered, and a shot pushed wide as Caden Zadell with one on the mark. Strelene trying to chase down the rebound. He cannot. A big check into the boards there by Quinn. But bouncing back up was Clinges, and Clinges firing a shot to Jake Hervada across floor. And Hervada pulls in without a hinder. Hervada now back for Clinges. It goes off the stick of Clinges and off the ceiling. So they'll be out of play off the Thunder, and the Pups look to even the score. Nick Fox around the main circle. Fox charging forward. Fox to Lindsay. Lindsay into the nearer circle. Lindsay spinning into space. Lindsay still tied up on the give. Tied up, Sherleen firing a shot. He scores. Through contact up high, it's Andrew Sherleen tying the game, and it's 1-1, 4 minutes in. To play in the first period now. The score evened up at 1. Nick Fox wins the faceoff. Fox tied up 3 Thunder players on to make it 4. And now Fox on an underhand pass to the far boards will find his teammate. A behind the back chance, and they score. The Pups with an unorthodox sequence that works out well. The shot comes to the stick of Sean Quinn Jr., and it's 2-1. Following the face-off, wins yet again, puck possession. The Pups now charging forward. Strelin pulling in the pass, firing a shot. Save made by Atkinson to a knee. Rebound played by the Thunder. Finding room to work with there was 61 and Captain Brian Daly. Daly on the give to Hervada. Hervada now fires to Hogarth, a lone goal scorer today for the Thunder. Hogarth, underhand chance, is denied in front. Now the Pups head the other way. Colin Bozak to the midline. Bozak in front of the Thomas Taylor sign on the far boards. Fox pulls it in, now steps back in space. Fox winds and fires and pushes that one wide off the glass. As Bailey looking for the rebound recovery. He can't bring it in. Ball still jarred loose. And now pried away by another Thunder player in Tim Keel. Keel keels over and scores. Keel will get the assist, waiting on confirmation for the goal scorer. And it'll be Patrick Resch on the assist from Keel to even the score at 2. Next face-off, it's again Thunder ball, quick shot, pushed wide, rebound played on with a stick up in the air, by a pup. That's Sean Quinn. And now Quinn Jr. will pull it through the midline. Kicks one out to the far boards, and now a wayward pass goes behind the intended pup target in Lindsay, and forced to chase it down as Chase Beal. Who gives it back to Lindsay with 7:55 on the game clock. Lindsay up the floor, so he plays it to Allen. But Allen couldn't get a clean shot off, but wound up out of play on the Thunder bench. And Strelin moves to possession. Strelin on his other step and step backwards. He fires it out across, and a shot again whipped off the mark and sent on a play. Allen fired the shot the last time. This time cutting in it was Quinn Jr., but he's denied by the Thunder and Connor Atkinson. And Thunder head back the other direction. The speed and space is Matt Clinges. Clinges on the return feed from Hogarth. He pulls in between the circles, Clinges' shot, and it's a sliding save by Beal in the crease. Kicked out wide and played underneath the USA ball hockey flag there, adjacent from the shot clock. And now the Pups head the other direction. Less than 7 to go in this opening period. Quinn pulls it in. On the near circle, Quinn out across, the sliding attempt. Save made by Atkinson on the first look, and it's kept out as it's loose in the crease under the padding of Atkinson. But no harm, no foul there for the Thunder goaltender. Penalty coming though. It's Patrick Resch getting called for the 2-minute cross-checking penalty. First penalty of this game, too, of the opening doubleheader of the PBLA season. Fox plays it around the blue line. Fox out across, the shot goes off the stick of his intended target. Loose along the outskirts of the crease, and jarred loose yet again as a Pupler along the far boards couldn't bring it in cleanly. That's Caden Zadell. He's now on it, and he now fires across to his teammate James Lindsay. Lindsay another shot off the mark. They caught a piece of a blocker in front of Atkinson. Ball again jarred loose, and again fighting for an opportunity to take it away is Ryan Rafferty. Rafferty does just that, and now Rafferty finds Nick Fox, who will have his team call the first penalty, call the first timeout, pardon me, of this game too. 5:47 to play in the first period, 2-2 to score through roughly 10 minutes. 5:45 to play in this opening period. 2-2 to score as Nick Fox, following the draw, will send one on target off the leg pad of Atkinson, nearly out of play, and it will go out of play, in fact, but it'll stay here with the Pups. Ball played now in this near circle. Andrew Shalene pulling it in. Shalene finds Fox. Fox directing traffic, doesn't get a return feed though, as instead Rafferty will hang on to it. He finds Fox again. Shot saved by Atkinson. It was loose in front for a brief moment, but into the Thunder. Through contact will take it away. Now a slip and a loose ball recovered by said slipper in 61 of Brian Daly, who tries to do it himself down the other end, but it's pressured away around the blue cross sign. Still holding on to it. A one-hop pass in front, looking for Ryan Kwan, who's denied. And Kwan couldn't corral it cleanly, and the Pups take it away. Pup ball to the midline. Fox slowing the pace. Fox finds Lindsay. Lindsay to the blue line, winds and fires, and scores! James Lindsay at the outskirts of the penalty will capitalize on the first man up of the day for the Pups, and it's 4:25 to play in the first. It's the 3-2 Pup lead. So the Pups 1 for 1 on their power play, 0 for 1 the penalty kill of the Thunder, who now trail by 1, 3-2. Pup ball between the circles. On the kick, Fox fires to his teammate in Allen. Allen on the give, shot off the pad of Atkinson, rebound loose and played by the Pups. Sterling with speed, shot pushed wide, and rebound pulled in again by the Thunder. Taking away this time is Connor Resch. Resch on the give, and now tied up with finding Jake Hervada for a brief moment there. Now cutting back and forth, Traeger Hogarth. Hogarth on the give on the far side, but again able to bring it in as Allen trying to hawk it down. Now Brent Beal in the mix, as Beal got his stick on it, but not cleanly enough to get clean possession. So he's forced to surrender it to a teammate. This time it is Allen, and Allen fires to Fox as the Pups are away with it. Fox around the main line with under 3 to go. Fox cutting. Fox charges, fires up the shoulder of Atkinson, but didn't have to move a muscle to make the play. No takeaway here for the Pups. That's Caden Zadell, who pulls it away and takes it out. Now slipping down is another Thunder player on the far boards. Rafferty pulls it in instead. Another shot off the mark. Rebound loose into the corner. And trying to hawk it down with some space to Sean Quinn. Quinn is on it, finds Zadell. Zadell is shot, saved by the leg pad of Atkinson. And Hervada's on it for the Thunder. Hervada up the floor. The Thunder with space to work with. Hervada on the give. Patrick Resch pulling it in. Resch to the pass behind Tim. A hot shot over the head of the Beal. Beal has loosened the crease in front of him. The Thunder is trying to get back on it, and they will right here as they'll slow the pace with Patrick Resch getting his second chance at it. Resch fires to Hervada. Hervada off the shoulder pad at Beal. And it's back to Pup possession. Lindsay between the blue line and the main line with 1:40 on the clock in this opening period. Lindsay through contact along the near boards. Lindsay, setter stepping into space, looking for more of it though, unable to find any. Lindsay pick it back out to Quinn Jr. this time, and now Quinn will cut in toward the net with the shot clock to 3. Quinn to Lindsay, a shot saved by Atkinson. Rebound attempt, and then again another save by Atkinson. 1:15 to play in the first period this time. Thunder streaking in as another shot goes up the pad of Beal, Patrick Resch. Resch pulls it down on the far corner. Resch on the give. Shot pushed wide. Rebound back to Resch. Another shot again denied by Beal, who caught a piece of it before sending it wide to the corner with 50 on the game clock. Fox pulling it in. Fox slows the pace up a little bit now as he hovers around the blue line with it. Fox still holding. Now the give to Strelin. Strelin, a shot, eaten up by Atkinson, it's loose, and he scores! It trickles past the legs of Atkinson as Strelin gets his second of the opening period, and they double the Pups lead to 4-2. Game clock ticking down, it'll be below 10 seconds as the faceoff is about to get underway. Ball lofted up into the air. Knocked down was a Pup. Back into the stick of Quinn. Quinn, a wind-up shot, pushed wide, and that will do it for the opening frame here in Game 2. 4-2 the lead in favor of the Pups through 15 minutes of play. 30 more to come from Rizzo Rink on this Monday night, and a 2-goal lead for the Pups. Minutes down, 30 more to come from Rizzo Rink in Game 2. A goaltender change to announce here as Victoria Sloan will come in relief of Chase Beal. Sloan relieves Beal following just a 2-goal allowed first period. See if Sloan remaining net for the final 2 periods of play here. First opportunity for Sloan to make the save comes up with an answer. Ushering that away with the shoulder pad off the backboards, having to go out of play though. And now go back in favor of the Pups, so likely no contact there. Just deemed off the Thunder. Now Nick Fox with the Pup offense, try to get things started here on the main line. Fox trying to slice in toward the net, he does just that. Fox underhand shot, save made by Atkinson. And the recovery now played by the Thunder offense, who comes streaking forward. Allen trying to chase the ball down, he fends off, clinches well into the near corner. Sloan watching, clinches. We'll have the more jarred loose, and again taking it away is Allen beneath the shot clock. Allen up the floor. Quinn now charging forward. Pulling in Raftery. Raftery, around the blue line. Raftery, back for Allen. Slowing the pace, and now a pass is picked off by a member of the Thunder. And that's Matt clinches, and they'll bring about a whistle. 13 and a half to play in the second period. 4-2 lead for the Pups, who now have the opportunity to go man up. Two-minute penalty on Joey clinches for a slash. That will go against the Thunder. The second penalty against the Thunder so far is the defending champs down 4-2 to the Pups in their first game as a new unit. Fox, for the first shot, attempts the power play. We'll have that one go behind Atkinson. He bobbled it for a boost, but now recovers. And the Thunder again will take it to the midline with speed. He's Connor Resch. Will corral it to the blue line. Resch on the give, a pass knocked away from Ryan Kwan, chasing after it and pulling it in Zadell. Zadell and the Pups with time to work with. 1:14 to go on the man up. Zadell on the give. Nick Fox has it. He'll control the offense here around the top. Fox placing his men. He has Lindsay next to him to his right, and he goes right there. Lindsay on a pump behind the back play to Fox. Fox underneath, shot attempt is on goal, and it's saved by Atkinson. Stuck in his pads for a brief moment, though. Now a glove comes loose from a Thunder player. And gives up as well, though. We'll see what the penalty is here. So period number 2 is the first penalty of the day against the Pups. It will go against number 51, Caden Zadell, for unsportsmanlike conduct. So we're 4-on-4 for the next 36 seconds. After that will be a 5-on-4 in favor of the Thunder for the next minute or so. First shot to the 4-on-4 comes from the Thunder, but it comes up empty as Victoria Sloan will make her first clean save on her time in net. Strong with the first 3 minutes and change. Atkinson looking to bounce back as well as he corralled in the ground ball. And we can see yet another penalty here against the Pups. And it will be just that as Nick Fox will be ushered off. So Fox will get called for the penalty. As expected, the Pups bench just but to no avail here. It'll be a 5-on-3 in favor of the Thunder for the next minute 13. A big opportunity here as Ryan Kwong is taken down, lost the ball, is taken away, and Quinn now with space for the Pups. Quinn launches one toward Atkinson off the mark. Rebound play by Austin Connor off the boards. 5-on-3 for the next 55 seconds in favor of the Thunder. Connor finding Hervada. Hervada on the give, shot eaten up, is blocked there by Allen in front of the net, and the rebound's all the way back toward Atkinson. 40 to go on the 5-on-3. To the top goes Connor, dipping the shot off the mark. And now rebound pulled in by a Hogarth, but he says shot clock violation. It's again that shot went off, and it is the right call. And the Pups will take over, looking to kill the remnants of the 5-on-3, because we'll have 27 seconds of the 5-on-4 to kill after that. Pups taking their time with it. 5-on-3 will come to an end. Now just 27 seconds to play and a man down for the Pups with 8 to go on the shot clock. And then to 5 and to 4. Quinn looking to do anything he can with it. A shot off the mark, it'll go out of play. And possession will go back to the Thunder. Before he's going to play a shot clock violation regardless. 10 seconds to go. Hervada charges forward. Hervada kicking one out. Into the corner, go to Thunder. Around the horn they go now. Back to even strength 5-on-5. And the final shot of power play is again saved by Victoria Sloan, who was excellent in the 5-on-3 disadvantage. It saves a 4-2 lead for the Pups. No capitalization there from the Thunder on the 5-on-3. Now what can the Pups do with their offense back to even strength? Quick shot sent high and wide of Atkinson. Rebound goes up the back netting. And the die out there at the base of the boards with 9 minutes and change to play in the second period. Thunder ball is bringing it forward is Mike Weaver. Weaver to the far boards. Weaver going further around the horn. Declan Hogarth takes it. And Hogarth will fire that one wide of the net. Quan instead corrals it. Quan the shot. Save made by Sloan. The one played to Hogarth. Hogarth lost it. Lofted up in the air. Pulled down by a Thunder player in a mid Weaver yet again. And a hand is up here against the Pups as Weaver will draw another 5-on-4. Quick shot by another Thunder player is saved by Sloan, but she'll have to go a man down for again another 2 minutes. Clock stops 8:16 as we wait for the formal penalty to be addressed. 4-2 to lead in favor of Pups. For the second time today, it's Adele going to the box. Cross-check call on him. The 7:55 to play in the second. Quick shot from the Thunder will go out of play off the top of the ceiling. And the Pups send it the other direction. Pup ball to the midline. Zadell on the give. Raftery around the horn now between the circles with hard contact there applied to a Pup. There's Nick Fox trying to pry himself loose, and he does just that. Fox at the corner, lost the ball there, and played off the near boards. Lindsay chases it down. And Lindsay will have an over and back call go against him, as the Thunder bench extremely vocal about the call, which does eventually come. So halfway through the man down for the Pups, they've killed every second of it so far. And never mind, Ryan Kwan scores from between the circles. The Thunder finally have an answer. They couldn't capitalize the 5-on-3 prior, but they get on the board here for the first time in the second period. As with 7 to go in the second, it's 4-3. .640 to play in the second period, 4-3 to lead. Nevada pulls it in around the main line. Nevada's next look bobbled but corralled. Played by Matt Clinges, who returns the favor to Nevada. Nevada halfway through the shot clock, firing a shot. They score again. Back-to-back goals for the Thunder as their offense has found its rhythm, and it's back to an even game, at 4-4. Nevada joins the party with his first of the afternoon. Hogarth, Resch, and Kwan, the other three. And Kwan, less than a minute to go, brought the game to back within 1. And Nevada will formally even the score with now less than 6 to go. Michael Carbone around the main circle. Carbone around the horn, Austin Connor pulling it in. Connor, Nevada, further out this time. And now charging forward a shot that took a big shot there as well. Was Carbone, who hit the floor hard. Back to his feet though. Shot clock to 5. Carbone can't get on it cleanly. And the Pups take it away and head the other direction. Streaking forward to go. Underhand between the legs. Look is denied by Atkinson. And the recovery is screwed out by the Thunder. The speed is Austin Connor. Looking for their first lead of the afternoon. Both goaltenders have been electric so far. As I say, all three with Sloan coming in relief for this period. There's 2 goals out in her first 10 minutes of work. Quick pass across. One hop shot. It was off speed. Goes behind Sloan. Diving attempt in front of the net. And it's kept out by Sloan as a push to the crease there by a Pup. Will result in Thunder possession, but the important thing is no goal getting past Sloan. Matt Clinges has her on the blue line. Clinges on the give. He finds Declan Hogarth. Hogarth back to Connor. Connor on the give. Back for Hogarth. Hogarth across. And a play nearly made with the stick of Carbone, but he couldn't throw out cleanly. It's out of play off the Thunder. And Nick Fox and the Pups take it away. Fox a shot, pushed wide. And the rebounds all the way back to a teammate of Ryan Quinn, who this time brings it in cleanly. Less than 4 to go in the second. Quinn from the far board, in toward Atkinson, now forced to back away. He plays along the baseline of the near boards, and now gets it to Lindsay at the top. Lindsay feeds. Shot saved by Atkinson. It goes off the iron. It stays out. A piece of the pad and post behind Connor Atkinson. And now the Thunder will take it away on offense. A lead going to the third period. The big-time momentum for the Thunder as they trailed 4-2 in the frame. Sliding attempt. Save made by Sloan, reducing the crease for a brief moment. But the second-year netminder will pry it loose. Quinn finds Nick Fox. Fox winds and fires and has it go off the pad of Atkinson. Another strong save. Fox chasing it down. Attacking to the boards here in front of us. Pass to the middle now. 1-on-none. Sliding save by Sloan. Pat Smith took the shot in front of the net. And again, it's denied by the Pup netminder. Ball off the top of the boards here. It's deemed in play. Didn't touch anything else besides the top of the boards. And now a timeout called by the Thunder to my left. 2:45 to play in the second period. The score is evened up at 4-all following back-to-back Thunder goals. .245 on the game clock in this second period. On the top of the key, Austin Connor. Connor couldn't corral it. Ryan Kwan taking it away as well. Now the Pups will play along the far boards. Gets up the stick of Matt Clinges. They'll head straight down. Clinges recovers, firing a shot just wide of Sloan. And now heading the other direction will be the Pup offense. Timeout called now by the Pups as they return the favor from the Thunder, as both teams have their first stoppages of the second period. 2:17 to play now. A few seconds come off the clock, and the score stays 4-4. Tire is Pup possession as Nick Fox on the give to Zadell. Zadell in between the circles, now forced to back away. And Zadell finds Nick Fox yet again. Fox heading in toward the net, tied up, charges forward. Fox dives and he scores. And the lead is back in favor of the Pups as Nick Fox to the goal late in the second beats Atkinson for the first time in the frame. First goal in nearly 14 minutes for the Pup offense. They saw their 4-2 lead get brought all the way back to a 4-4 game. And now finally back in front 5-4. And the Thunder have a quick answer. A quick connection to Austin Connor, who is charging in towards Sloan. And the score is now 5-all. big time make by Austin Connor. And an answer nearly 30 seconds after the Nick Fox goal, as the Thunder have tied the game for a second time today. Hervada wins the draw, nearly found Connor again in front, but unable to get back-to-back scores was that Connor. Now 40 seconds to play in the second period. It stays 5-5. Pup balls are looking to go on the offensive and change it, and they do! A perfect facilitated pass to Ryan Rafferty, and at 6-5, Pups have a flurry of goals in the dying seconds. 3 in the last minute 20, 2 by the Pups, and that has been the difference. Face-off win for the Pups as they take it away. Played into the corner by a Pup, that being Zadell. Zadell with a shot wide of Atkinson, played along the far boards, and had to go all the way back down behind him. Was Zadell on the far side. We're through 30 minutes of play here at Rizzo. 15 more to come in this third period. 6-5 the score in favor of the Pups. Back underway for third period action here at Rizzo. Rincon are running clock, 14:30 to play in regulation time. 6-5 the lead in favor of the Pups following a flurry of 3 goals in the final 2 minutes across both sides. The Pups scoring 2, and the Thunder, the defending champions of the PBLA, scoring 1. And said defending champs had the 1-goal deficit going against them so far. Looking to change that here in a 3-on-2 offensive. Connor in front, thought better of it, and now forced to go behind the net. Connor tied up and back to a 4-on-3 net disadvantage now for the Thunder offense as the Pups offense comes streaking the other way with Nick Fox. Fox tied up, coming toward the net. Fox can't beat Atkinson for a second time as Atkinson stands strong this time and keeps the game at 6-5. Austin Connor now around the horn. The shot, they score! Connor the assist, and Michael Buono getting his first goal of the season. It's 6-6. Back in net now is Chase Beal for the Pups as he relieves Victoria Sloan following a 3-goal allowed period from her. Beal only conceding 2 in his time of work in the first, but now a 3rd allowed by him across 16 minutes, now 17 in net. Back and forth passing here from the Thunder. As pulling it in for a quick shot and firing it on target was Traeger Hogarth. Couldn't get his own rebound though, and the Thunder now pried away. Resch slows the pace. Resch finds Hervada. Resch, shot, scores! Hervada on the goal, Resch the assist. It's 7-6 Thunder as they have their first lead of the game. It's Hervada's second goal in the last 9 minutes of play, and a second of the game as a whole. 7-6 the score in favor of the defending champs. And the Thunder now looking to extend their lead. Hervada following the face-off win. Holding steady on the top of the far circle. Hervada on the feed. Mike Carbone is in there, but Carbone's pass goes wayward. And tracking it down all the way on the other end, Mike Weaver. Weaver wheels it in to the blue line and midline. Weaver winds and fires. It caught the stick, or maybe the foot of a pup. It'll go all the way back down the other direction. And it's played off the boards. Shot clock violation, though, on Thunder offense, so not cleanly played as the Pups will pull it in. Pup ball the other way with Lindsay. Lindsay in the main circle. Sterling charging forward. The C5 pass that was cut off. Didn't quite get to his target. And now it is Daly going the other direction for the Thunder offense. Daly winding up. Crow hop a shot. It's saved by Bailey. And off the back netting out of play. Correction saved by Beal. Daly hovering around the blue line. Daly kicks it out. Double sided step here from Daly, pardon me. Daly with a shot attempt that was blocked down before it quite got to Beal. And now Fox in a hop pass looking for Zadell, who pulls it in, but behind the net and off the mark. Zadell for Strelene. Pressured out around the blue line. Strelene on the give. Zadell pushes that one wide. Around the horn it goes, and tracking it down is the 18 of Ryan Rafferty. Rafferty a quick shot, again off the pad of Atkinson, not well. Zadell trying to track it down, he cannot. The shot clock was reset following the prior shot. Now down to 20, and a big check there by Rafferty. Have it go all the way back in toward the net. Chased down by Beal, who lost it. Beal out of his own net, lost the ball again, made a sliding save, but didn't quite know it. Another chance in front. This time it's caught in the pad of Beal for a brief moment and pried away by a teammate with 9.5 to play in the third. A chance for the Pups to tie it here. Jolene cutting in, a pass to Quinn, a quick shot, they score! Quinn ties the game at 7, and with 9:20 to play in the third period, we're back to an even game. Quinn gets his second goal of the game as the Pups have evened the score at 7. They have not trailed by more than one goal today, and each time they have trailed by one, they have evened the score in the very next one. 8:35 to play in the third. Thunder ball going the other direction. Connor on the give to Hogarth. Now returning the favor, but instead it goes to Mike Weaver as Connor charged forward. Weaver trying to chase it down. He does just that around the USA Hockey sign. And now Connor in the mix as well, but neither can get on it cleanly. It's pup ball heading the other direction, a chance to take the lead back. 8:10 to go in the third period. We're into crunch time, or if not the outskirts of it. Nick Fox knocks a man down in space. Fox between the circles, sending one out wide on 2 hops, played in front, sliding shot again, denied as Nick Fox gets the rebound off the glass. Fox cutting back again to space between the circles, again shot fired wide, rebound loose in front, as Daly got a chance at it, but could not bring it in cleanly. Connor's behind the defense. The other way, he scores! And Austin Connor, for the second time today, has a goal to his name, and it's 8-7 Thunder. Eight-7 lead for Austin Connor and the Thunder as he scored a point on 3 of the last 4 Thunder goals in the game. 2 of them coming as the goal scorer. 7 minutes flat to play in regulation time, 8-7 Thunder. The Pups have trailed by exactly 1 twice earlier today, and they immediately counteracted it with a goal of their own. They have not trailed by 2 just yet. Charlene looking to continue this trend. Charlene charges in. Player knocked down in front of him. Good pick set. Charging in front and firing a shot was Nick Fox. A little bit too much juice on it, though, as it finds the back netting and goes out of play. Chasing it down here, though, with a shot, and again pushing it wide was Connor. It's played off the near boards just beyond the pup bench, and said Pups will come across the midline. Fox gives for Lindsay in the main circle. Lindsay for Zadell. Zadell and Lindsay exchange books. Zadell winds up, fires to Rafferty with a shot blocked down in front by a Thunder player out of play. They say touching the Thunder player, and that being Pat Smith. And the Pups will stay with it. Lindsay cutting in, a sliding save made again by Atkinson, loose in the crease, and it go. It is on the line, and the officials say no goal as of now. It will stay that way. 5:45 to play in the third. The Thunder may get away with one there. It's Atkinson a little bit slow to his feet following the play. And not quite there yet either. The Thunder ball along the offensive side this time. Spinning free and charging forward the shot. Putting it off the mark was Mike Weaver. And the Pups are forced to chase it down just beyond their own bench. Ball jarred loose. Connor trying to get on it. He can't right there. Pup lost it up in the air. Ryan Kwan in the mix trying to get the ball loose from himself. Kwan does it, and he scores! And never mind, he was in the crease. So Kwan's goal was waved off. It was a 1-on-none. But Kwan about a half a step into the crease. He didn't quite know it till now either. But his goal was waved off, looking for a second today. But with 5 to go, it's Pup ball. Raftery takes it. Raftery on the give. Sterling on another give. It's bobbled again. Rafferty couldn't corral it cleanly. A player knocked down. And it's Daly who delivered the hit on Nick Fox, who's back to his feet. Possession will stay here with the Pups. James Lindsay the first to bring it in with 4.5 to go in the third. Lindsay, a stutter step in space along the nearest circle, puts it off the mark, puts it off the pad of Atkinson on target. And chasing it down will be Zadell on a fresh clock. Zadell off the floor. Zadell, a pass taken away. The Thunder with a clean steal. And a timeout is called on this near side by the Thunder following the misplay. 4:07 to play in the third period. 8-7 the lead for the Thunder. For the third time today, they lead by 1. Can they extend it to a 2-goal game in a close back-and-forth affair? We shall see. .407 exactly on the clock in this third period. 8-7 lead for the defending champion Thunder. They look to defend, or at least to begin their title defense here in 2026 with a win in Game 2 of this Monday night doubleheader. Ryan Kwon had a goal waved off a few moments ago. He gets the pass here to Connor, who couldn't put it in cleanly, and the Pups send it back the other direction. With 3:47 on the clock now in the third period. Pup ball, the pass is going to Lindsay. Lindsay to Raftery. Raftery on a hop into the far corner. Raftery charges forward. Raftery a shot. He scores! And the Pups even the score at 3:25 in the third. .256 on the clock in this third period now. 8-8 the score. Off the tie-up, it's ground ball taken away by Nick Fox. Fox jarred the ball loose this time. It goes into the corner. Jake Hervada's on it. Contact from Fox, a little bit high, but no penalty. It hit the shoulder pad of Hervada. With 2:35 on the clock, Hervada and the Thunder have an opportunity here. A shot! Did it get by Beal? Did not the first time. What a play on the defensive end by the Pups as they keep the ball out of the net. The Pup offensively going to take advantage here as well as the ball jarred loose on the outskirts of the crease, taken away by the Thunder for a brief moment, but not clean enough. But what a play in front of the net by Caleb Oswari. Or correction is by number 43, Sean Quinn Jr. I had the wrong player initially, but Sean Quinn Jr. with an incredible play to jar the ball loose in front of Beal. And now another shot they score. It's Hogarth. And it's back to a Thunder lead. 2 minutes exactly to play in the third period. And for the second time today, it's Traeger Hogarth who's able to beat Chase Beal. .9-8 to score. Face-off win by the Pups. They couldn't get it cleanly, though, and it's taken away by the Thunder on a misplay. Patrick Resch to the main line. Resch along the outskirts of the far circle. Kwon now with the ball. 140 and ticking. Kwon shakes the man off of him. Kwon charges forward. Jars the ball loose from himself, and now sends one in deep as Patrick Resch plays it on the one hop off the boards. Resch fires it again, saved by Beal. Loose in front, a Thunder player goes down, a helmet comes off as well, that's Kwon. Everyone back to their feet safely, and the Pups take it away. Zadell to the blue line. Zadell to Rafferty, to Lindsay. Lindsay to the near circle. Lindsay on the stutter step with 10 seconds to go. Charging in. Save made by Atkinson. It got caught in his knee pad. And inches away from a tie game there with a final minute to play now underway. Less than a minute to go here in the third period. The Thunder had the ball. Connor Resch slips down, lost it. Nick Fox between the circles, a sliding save Atkinson. A big time block for the Thunder goaltender. And now slowing the pace will be Patrick Resch to the midline with 41 seconds to play. 17 seconds and change separating shot clock and game clock. Resch, ball knocked loose, he's back on it. And Resch going to the corner in front of the blue cross sign. The goal here could be fatal for the Pups. Into space, shot, sliding save made by Beal. Loose in front, Nick Fox is on it. Timeout called by the Pups. 22.3 seconds to talk it over here. 9-8 the score in favor of the defending champion Thunder. What can the Pups do with it? The Pups have been outscored in this third period 4-2. Buono, Hervada, Connor, and Hogarth all with goals in this third frame, compared to just Quinn and Rafferty with goals for the Pups. The first game as a new unit for Pups Lacrosse Club. Again, donning their orange jersey with the white numerics and brown text with brown trim. The Thunder with a little bit of a modification to their standard all yellow jerseys, but they'll make the bottom half red for the season. 22.3 seconds on the clock in the third period. Now you know the names, the numbers, the jerseys, and we'll see how you know the winner. 9-8 the score. In favor of the Thunder. Charlene has it between the circles. Ball knocked away. It's stolen. Into space. Matt clinches for the Thunder. Clinges to the corner. Clinges on a hop. A pass wayward from the intended target of Buono. Chasing it down is Nick Fox. 5 seconds. 4. Fox can't get it cleanly. And a timeout is called. Or maybe not a timeout. Will they say penalty? It's a stoppage nonetheless. As Fox came out on the floor, and it will be a penalty. An illegal substitution on the Pups. Nick Fox came on in desperation, trying to get the ball in his team's favor. With 2.5 seconds to play, being under 2 minutes, it will result in a penalty shot here for the Thunder, as they will window dress, at least for the moment, a 9-8 lead and likely win. Hrvata can hammer it home here. And he will surrender the rights to the Pups, and that will be it as the final seconds tick off following the surrender penalty shot. So 9-8 the score in game 2. The Thunder will successfully begin defending their title here as the 2026 defense begins with a win, 9-8 over the Pups in the Pups' first ever game as a new unit. So again, your final scores from game 1 is a 14-5 win for the Mordudes over the Outlaws in game 1, and a 9-8 win in game 2 of this Monday night doubleheader in favor of the Thunder over the Pups. Great goaltending by either side as Beal, Sloan, and Atkinson all get time in net. And we'll see you Wednesday night for another doubleheader here at Rizzo Rink. As I'm Caden Stewart, sending off for myself and everyone else behind the scenes. Thank you all for watching this evening, and have a good night.